Okay, now we're in a position to welcome one of the most talented chefs who has ever stepped into a kitchen. A man who has won nearly every award possible in the 50 Best program, who has pioneered scores of gastronomic techniques, is the holder of an MB-OBE and a fellow of the Royal Society of Chemistry, having been named in their list of 175 most influential scientists, not chefs, of all time. His restaurant, The Fat Duck, won the world's best restaurant title in 2005, which now sees him as a member of the best group of elite chefs. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mr. Heston Blumenthal.
Our relationship with food is what has made us human beings. We are the only species that can make fire. The best tool we have is our teeth. We evolved from a single-cell bacteria. Now, I can then go into evolution and say 2 million years ago we invented fire, 1.8 million years ago the frontal part of our brain grew, and then we started to be able to connect. And the main role of the brain is movement, is prediction. So it decides where to move the energy in the body. It's a predictive thing to protect here. All the trillions of bacteria in our gut, we started off as a single-cell bacteria. What is my point? Cooking made us human. We made systems as our frontal lobe grew as a result of cooking, digesting food, protecting bacteria. We invented language. We invented religion. We invented money. We invented time. We invented music. We invented social media. We invented many forms of human connectivity. Now, we become human doings, not human beings. For the last 3 years of living in France, and thanks to COVID, I've spent more time with myself than ever in my life before. So things have started to come out, which I would have considered weaknesses. Guilt, for example. I mean, it's a categorization, it's language. Fear of rejection. Fear of not being loved. It's come out. And I've looked at it. There's something called slaying the dragon, the hero's journey. So I've been in the process of slaying my dragons, and then embracing them, integrating them. I can stand on this stage and I can talk with more emotion, because I'm losing my fear. I'm losing my fear of failure. And the education system, through language, tells us that failure are the worst things that a human being can do. You make mistakes. You feel judged. We point fingers. That kills creativity. When our imagination is gone, we are We cannot do a single thing if we lose the uniqueness and the beauty of human imagination. So sustainability, we need urgently to celebrate and sustain human imagination. And now I found something I cry about. It's the beauty of human imagination. Picasso said we're all born artists. The difficulty is to remain an artist as we grow older. Talent is impossible without imagination. No man steps in the same river twice, for the river is never the same. Every breath is the opportunity to realize something new. So I think we should be teaching our children this. I think we should be teaching our children to take responsibility for their feelings, not blame. It's not the same thing. I'm just going to introduce you to something which is my future. Quantum gastronomy. The maths in quantum doesn't work. We are more complex than maths. We're more complex than all these telephones, computers, cameras, rockets that go to Mars. We invented them. In terms of our imagination, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing. I'm writing a book, Quantum Gastronomy. Quantum says one thing can exist in a minimum of 2 different states at the same time. You look at a star, it looks like a point, but it's come from somewhere. It's a wave. But you can't look at them at the same time. So basically, the book is going to be in 2 halves. You can follow the recipe, professional kitchen, 100 grams, 25 minutes. That is a human doing, linear, controlled manufacturing process. Or you can fall into a grain of rice. You can tell a fairy tale around the story of the grain of rice. When you pick a basil leaf, it's still a living thing. There's two versions. You can then think about how you're feeling when you're cooking. You can cook with love. You can cook with gratitude. You can connect. You can see how your gut's feeling. You can cook with emotion. You can cook with tears.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Heston. Good.